It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where division rivals will clash in the NFC South. It's the Bucs and the Dirty Birds, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
Summer drawing to a close here in the Southeast. The roof is closed at the wondrous Mercedes-Benz Stadium due to the hot temps still outside here in downtown Atlanta. Happy to be on hand. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. And before we kick, partner, your keys to the game, please.
Well, my keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams. And the big one, making sure you avoid giving up the big play. These safeties are going to get tested all game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them, tackle people, make them run extra plays in order to try and score.
McLaughlin to get us started, and we are underway from Atlanta. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the rookie from the University of Washington.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Now Penix to the air right away. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
We'll have to see what kind of looks this defense is going to throw at him as this game moves along, but they're in a zone to start. I do think we'll see plenty of man coverage as we move along, but the first throw of this one, incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On 4th down, Bradley Pinion on to punt for the Falcons. The Trey Palmer deep for Tampa Bay. This will be fielded at the 17. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. Leading them out is the Austin, Texas native at quarterback. It's Baker Mayfield.
And he's a guy who plays with a lot of emotion. He's learned how to channel it really positively because when he throws the football downfield and makes a big play, he'll be the first guy downfield to celebrate with you. But also, when his team needs that confidence, when they need that jolt, they turn to him, and he's ready to provide it.
From the gun, Mayfield. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Baker going to give it to Irving. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. In motion goes the tight end. Mayfield to throw it. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now Mayfield. It's caught by Mike Evans. That'll be a gain of 16, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
They'll try and run here with Irving. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
On 1st and 10, here's Irving. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Here's 2nd and 10. Mayfield. He completes it to Evans. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Mayfield looks to throw. He's got Otten on the out route. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 1. They go play action. Mayfield. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Credit the sack to the safety, Jesse Bates. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. A run up the middle with Irving. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Now Mayfield on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try to hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And his kick is right there. It's good, and the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
In motion, the tight end. They'll throw with Penix. Short throw caught by Pitts. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to bring up second down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
But if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
Looking to throw, Penix. Flushed out right. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. Part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Credit Yaya Diaby with a stop. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now Penix. Over the middle, that's caught by McLeod. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Penix working out of the gun here. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And looking to throw, Penix. Going for Kyle Pitts again. He's got him again. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
To the air, Penix. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
2nd and 10. Throwing again, Penix. And complete to Drake London. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
3rd and 3. Here's Penix. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 13-yard line. A 3rd down conversion with a strong gain of 14.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. To throw again is Penix. Looking for London on the out route, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Drake London from 13 yards out. And the Falcons are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead.
Brandon, what we just saw there were 2 guys who are in sync. The person delivering the ball, but especially the person running the route. Tremendous job. It results in a terrific play.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was finished off by a touchdown catch from Drake London. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. They'll start on the ground with Irving. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and a yard. Once again, it's Irving. And he stopped immediately there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. CD, put on your OC cap here. What do you do? 2nd and 1, you get stuffed. Now 3rd and 1.
You know, in the old days, I would have said we're going to line up and we're going to run the same darn play and we're going to get it right. But nowadays, as tough as defenses are, I want some mobility. I want some movement, putting the ball in the hands of my quarterback and giving him a run-pass option.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out in the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does to the tune of a first down.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Oh, and that is incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Otten brings it in over the middle. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 38-yard line. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Mayfield off the play fake. This is caught by Evans. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 36 yards on the play. Pretty good timing. He waited just enough for that post play to develop and laid it right in there.
And you know what a lot of teams do when they decide to throw a post route? Because it's a little bit longer developing play. They max protect. Bring everyone in, keep the tight end in, an extra back to make sure the quarterback has time to deliver the football.
Irving will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on first down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
2nd and goal from the 1. Throwing, Mayfield. Down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. A.J. Terrell, the one who shot in there to drop the QB. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. To throw, Mayfield. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Buccaneers are able to move back in front.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack on the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays. And it's Chris Godwin who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Atlanta now coming out on the field. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that will bring up second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's 3rd and 3. Back to throw here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
Well, dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one, because normally on 3rd and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 6. They're going to look to throw. That's caught by Werner, the tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Penix. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-7 our score after 1. Second quarter action, the Falcons with the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Open man right side is Shark. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal. Robinson. Diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown.
Sometimes offense, if you get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was Bijan Robinson who took it home with a touchdown run. the touchdown. Here's Koo to kick off. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Gowan. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
This 2nd and 4.
Here's Mayfield.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, Mayfield.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 36. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Mayfield with it once more. He finds Otten over the middle. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 3.
Mayfield. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that 1st down pickup.
Straight ahead, it's Irving. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 50 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Irving.
And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Can we just take that run and turn it into kind of a clip and save? Because that tells you everything you need to know about this drive. They've been moving the ball awfully well.
Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Now Mayfield. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
On that snap, he's a hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13.
So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for him, and with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Robinson up the middle.
Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Penix working out of the gun here.
It fights him off.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Now Penix. That went out wide and intercepted. Picked up by Jamel Dean. And the Buccaneers will take over possession here up at the 44.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense beat a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again.
They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well.
Following the interception, Mayfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Mayfield to throw it.
This one taken in by Otten.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. Mayfield now. Finding Otten once more. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up second down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end.
Now 2nd and 5. In motion right, Evans.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a first down.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Now a 2nd and 6.
And now Mayfield on the bootleg. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You talk about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
They didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Throwing, Mayfield. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Here's Mayfield running the option right. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Baker Mayfield.
A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Buccaneers have yet again retaken the lead.
And maybe there that was just a case of completely overlooking the guy holding the football.
It certainly felt like it, didn't it? Because on my checklist, okay, as a defender,
QB's last.
running back, fullback, heck, jet sweeps nowadays. Before you even get to thinking about the quarterback might actually keep it.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And that'll make this a 6-point game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And able to get this out to the 25. And here now come the Falcons. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
On second down, another shot for Robinson. And this will be a Falcons first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Again, it's Robinson. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Now 3rd down is looming, a pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here.
From the shotgun, it's Penix.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
A good scheme and an early win for this pass rush. They got back there before he could work through his entire progression and ended that play early.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
The Buccaneers offense and Baker Mayfield set to take over once more. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field. That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
To throw, Mayfield. Evans has it left side.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 3. A shotgun handoff here to Irving.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, you can go for a touchdown. But the runs that really make it work are the ones where you just get what you need, right? And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
There's a short one taken in by Otten.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Here now, 2nd and 4. They run out of the gun with Irving.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
69 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
Oh, he's thinking end zone for Evans.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. His throw incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on third. And now another one thrown incomplete.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up a running back screen. But this one got disrupted right from the start and it ends up falling incomplete.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Atlanta now coming out on the field.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
They'll throw with Penix.
Now he steps away. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit. We decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
Short throw caught by Pitts.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
To the air, Penix. On the slant, this is Chark.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
They'll try to throw again. Here's Penix. That one complete. He finds Sharp. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Penix. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Four yards remain on second down. Ball on the 10. And looking to throw, Penix. And a dump off here to Robinson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
Throwing again, Penix.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And that cuts the lead down to just 3, 20-17.
Well, a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side more, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
Final play of the half, Mayfield. And his throw is going to be incomplete. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Buccaneers offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4.
Mayfield looks to throw.
And there's a short one taken in by Otten.
A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
In motion left, Godwin.
Mayfield. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Two yards to go, 2nd down. Here's a handoff to Irvin.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Here's Mayfield.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. 3rd and 4, he did just enough, and I mean just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He finds his target. It's Evans.
From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8.
Now Mayfield. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
And that's his 2nd sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the 3rd quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
For the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, Mayfield. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And looking to throw, Penix. To the sideline and incomplete.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Penix.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Robinson. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Robinson on a give right side.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. He tried to buy some time to the right. So, Charles, when a guy gets out of the pocket, what's the focus of the quarterback?
Most of them keep their eyes downfield. They want to try and make a play throwing the ball. Some of them, they want to tuck it and go. But when they scramble, in this case, as you said, to the right, you're cutting the field in half. So good defenses kind of converge in that spot, and they don't give you much territory to throw the ball. He had nowhere to go with it. Ends up getting the ball stripped.
Baker going to give it to Irving.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? If it's kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Play fake. Mayfield.
And, that would get it right up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. Third down coming up.
The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Mayfield to throw it.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. And they get the hook up again on third down to keep this drive alive.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
And now Mayfield on the bootleg. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring out second.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Mayfield on play action.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
A partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Mayfield now. This is White on the screen. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be fourth down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on third and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
And his kick here is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6.
So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Falcons offense and Michael Penix set to take over once more.
And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think Coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
And they'll send the tight end in motion.
Here's Penix.
And that's incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll set up to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
They'll throw with Penix.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. DJ Chark, 57 yards.
And the Falcons have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead. Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, big-time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd.
kickoff. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The visitors' offense and their running back, Bucky Irving, getting ready to go back to work. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
First down, here's White. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. On the handoff, this is Irving. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Now 3rd down and 7. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. To throw, Mayfield. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And he didn't quite have the bag spin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Falcons offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would, and
pressure comes and down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
What a quick start to the drive, but not for the team that really needed it. In only a few seconds, the opposing QB found himself on the turf, and the defense is celebrating 2nd and long.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Handoff now to Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Inside the 20. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Following the interception, Mayfield.
And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown.
Payne Durham.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Buccaneers have retaken a third-quarter lead.
Well, what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs, and if you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
Mayfield going to try to throw for the 2. And that is caught for the 2 points. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession.
They start on the ground with Robinson here.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 9. Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. This pass is caught by London.
And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 45 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
To the air, Penix.
Caught out left side by Robinson. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Looking to throw, Penix. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Robinson. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They'll try and throw. Here's Penix.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Michael Penix.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Falcons are an extra point away from drawing level.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with him. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Coup for the extra point.
And that will tie our game here in the 3rd quarter. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Bucs offense and veteran receiver Mike Evans headed back onto the field. And you see the numbers for him into this 3rd quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open throughout. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10.
Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
In motion goes the tight end.
Mayfield looks to throw.
Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And he's brought down. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On 1st and 10, here's Irving.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
They've been running it well all game, and why not? The big guys up front, they're just having a ball, creating monster holes for their guys to run through.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Here's Mayfield. He completes it to Evans. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 21. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
In motion left, Godwin.
Throwing, Mayfield. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. So both offenses come to life here in this third quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now in Atlanta. All even as we get ready to start the fourth.
Second down and 4.
Mayfield. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, a 14-yard touchdown.
And the Buccaneers answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter-punch all throughout, and that touchdown breaks our tie here in the fourth quarter.
You're making me want to get back in the gym and start training again. You talk about those punches and counter punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that they're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Falcons 31.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Just a gain of a couple there, and it'll be second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
On the give, here's Robinson. And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
This now a 3rd and 4.
They'll look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46.
On the counter, this is Robinson.
And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. And looking to throw, Penix. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 26. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
That's complete to Mooney.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down at will.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Operating from the gun, Penix. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. So the completion good for just 3. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson.
And the Falcons are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now Penix. Checks this one down to Robinson.
No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
Penix working out of the gun here.
And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal.
Robinson. No signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1.
No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
Here's Penix.
Being chased out left. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line.
Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks. Pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. They'll try and run. This is Robinson. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
That was a huge play on 3rd down. So now what? Do you go for it? Do you trust your offense? Or do you want to put on your defense to try and get the ball back? Me? I'm going for it right here.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal.
They are going for it. Penix
buying time to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Michael Penix
taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point.
And no sweat. He puts it through. And we are tied here in the 4th. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run.
This one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to this stage of the game.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Once again, it's Irving. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 115 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
In motion, the tight end.
Straight ahead, it's Irving.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
From the 41, this is 2nd and a yard.
A run up the middle with Irving. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Second down and a yard.
Mayfield on play action. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Mayfield. This is caught.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bucs have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
McLaughlin for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Robinson with another carry. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. That leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. They'll throw with Penix.
That is caught. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
Charles, he's now over 400 yards passing in this one. It feels like he has a zillion completions. Just a very memorable effort from a guy that we thought could be in line for a big game, and he has exceeded our expectations.
That he has, and I'm not really surprised at all because when you look at this offensive unit, they are loaded across the board. And, of course, the guy throwing them, he's a big-time player himself. They brought it from start to finish and really helped get the better of the opposing secondary.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Robinson up the middle.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
On third down, Penix from the gun. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now fourth down.
When you run into slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available. An incompletion as a result.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot.
The visitors' offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
They'll stay on the ground with Irving.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And there's a short one taken in by Otten. And he will be out of bounds. A good yardage there, and he'll get a second to catch his breath as it leads us right into the 2-minute warning.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
They run out of the gun with Irving.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Third and 8. Now Mayfield. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they will take a knee here.
Now a give up the middle. This is White.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Down to one knee goes Mayfield, and that's all she wrote.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final